What are the advantages of connecting electrical devices in parallel? Am I audible to everyone?
Yes, sir.
With battery, instead of connecting them in series, okay, suppose suppose you have three different devices. First device is a bulb. Suppose this is a bulb. You have another device, suppose, let's say, a DC motor. Suppose this is a motor. Okay, and you have another device, suppose a bulb, a motor, and another device, suppose bulb, motor. Suggest me any device. Bulb, motor, and suppose you have a heater. Okay, these three devices are connected in parallel with a supply. This is supply, power supply or battery. Okay. Now suppose total I current is coming from the supply, and out of I current, I1 current is going through the bulb. Can you see this? I1 current is going through the bulb. Okay. I2 current is going from the motor, from the DC motor, or from any motor, and I3 current is going from the heater. Okay. Now suppose motor stopped working, or suppose bulb got fused. Suppose bulb got fused, means bulb stopped working. Bulb stopped taking current, suppose. Bulb stop taking current. So other devices will be working or not? Yes or no? Suppose now bulb is not taking current. What will happen? Other device will keep working or not? Yes or no? Arpita, what is your answer?
No, sir.
Okay. And what do you say, Chetan? DC motor and heater will still keep working, or they will also stop working?
Sir, they will also stop working.
Chetan is saying they will also stop working. What others? What you are saying others?
Sir, still working?
Yes. The other devices are still working. Other devices still working. Other devices, that is motor and heater, will be still working because connection is not interrupted for motor and heater. Now current is not entering into the bulb, but current is able to enter into the motor and heater. So this is the advantage, the most important advantage of connecting devices in parallel, that even one device stopped working, even one device get fused, other device will keep working. Okay. Always remember, the most important advantages of connecting devices in the parallel even if first advantage, even if any one device stopped working, other device will keep working as it is. Okay, other device will keep working as it is. Any doubt in that? But in series, what is the problem? Yes.
सर अगर सीरीज में कनेक्ट होता और अगर बल्ब फ्यूज हो जाता तो क्या अदर डिवाइसेस भी अफेक्ट करते?
Obviously, see, I am going to tell you this example. Suppose this is a motor and bulb got fused. Okay, we connected devices in series this time. This is heater. And these three connected in series with a battery. Like this. Now, hopefully everyone remember current in the series is same. Current in the series is same, right? Now suppose bulb got fused. Suppose if bulb get fused, then what will happen? Your circuit will look like this. Your circuit will look like this. See, at the place of bulb, connection is breaked. Circuit is breaked at the place of bulb. Wire is looking breaked. Tell me how current will come. Now bulb stopped working, means connection stopped, means current cannot jump now. If current is not entering into the bulb, how it will go through motor and heater? If current is not going through bulb, then how it will enter into the heaters? Look at this place. Look at this place. Can you see a circle? Here, now current now, because circuit is broken. Circuit is broken. Why circuit is broken? Because bulb got fused, right? So motor and heater also not getting any current. So this is the problem. When you connect devices in series, if any one device get fused or stop working, then all the device will stop working. But in the parallel, if any one device stop working, other devices keeps working. Do you understand that? Shivani understood? Ronak? Apar? Arpita?
Yes, sir.
Others?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Feel free to ask any doubt, Ramaiya, okay? Swahas understood? Sri Ram is absent. Swahas understood, Vidi? Now the second,
sir.
let's talk about second. Now let's talk about second advantage. The second advantage says that
सर पोटेंशियल डिफरेंस सेम रहेगा.
बहुत बढ़िया. Suppose you are using TV, mobile charger, AC, and all these devices are connected in parallel. Suppose you are using these three devices at your home, and this is power supply. And through power supply, you are giving 220 volt. So by default, all the other devices will also get 220 volt. Why they are getting same voltage? Bachcho, because in parallel potential remains.
Same.
Potential remains same. But Suppose total current I is entering. Suppose total current I is entering into the circuit. So where maximum current will go? Which device will consume maximum current? From your experience, you tell me. From your experience, you tell me. Which device can take maximum energy?
AC.
AC. Will you keep AC on even if you are not in the room?
No, sir.
No, because it
No, sir.
consumes lot of current. It consumes lot of current, bacho, right? So in parallel, the another advantage is that device can take current according to requirement, because in parallel current distributed and device can get current according to requirement. Okay, so in parallel combination, always remember, in parallel combination, second advantage, potential is same. I agree, potential is same, but device takes current as per requirement. Otherwise, if you connect all the three devices in series, what will happen? If you connect all these three devices in series, what will happen? Current will be flowing same. So you will give lot of current to TV and charger. What will happen? Boom, blast. Because AC takes generally more than 20 ampere. AC required more than 20 ampere, but charger required only 2 ampere. So what will happen? Blast. You understood with the second advantage? Hello, Vidhi understood?
Yes, sir.
Ramaiya? Ramaiya understood?
Yes.
और always remember, all the student always remember, सभी हमेशा याद रखो, सारी devices, all the devices in India, they are made to work in how much voltage? 220 voltage. Even a bulb, TV, charger, all devices are made to work in 220 volt. Okay, always remember this. Now let's talk about next question. Next question is very important. Mark a star sign. I hope you all are writing questions.
सर इसका एक एडवांटेज और होगा ना
हाँ बता.
सर, जो टोटल इफेक्टिव रेजिस्टेंस होता है सर, वो सर्किट में वो भी रिड्यूस हो जाएगा.
Yes. So the devices overall can take more current from the circuit and supply, and the overall electricity bill will be less. You are correct. Very good, Chetan.
थैंक यू सर.
So right, next question. Next question says that, very important, mark a star sign. Hopefully you are writing with me. How can three resistors give me 1 minute. Of resistance 2 ohm, 3 ohm and 6 ohm be connected to give total resistance of A 4 ohm and B 1 ohm. Let's try to get 4 ohm. Okay. 3.5 पे पहुंचे. ठीक है. Now tell me, you have a 2 ohm resistance, you have a 2 ohm resistance, you have a 3 ohm resistance, and you have a 6 ohm resistance. How you will connect these resistance so that you get equivalent as
सर 3 और 6 को सर 3 और 6 को पैरेलल में रख देंगे और सर 2 को सीरीज में।
Very good, others. But for other student, I will suggest hit and trial method. How we can do it? By hit and trial method. Hit and trial method. Let's connect all the three in series. Let's connect all the three in series. What resultant we'll get, Ramaiya?
11.
11 ohm. Not required. So this thing is not done. Now let's connect all resistances in parallel. Let's connect all resistances in parallel. What you want? You want 2 ohm. What do you want to make? No, you want to make 4 ohm. Okay. You want 4 ohm somehow. You tried connected in series, but you did not got. Now you connected in parallel. How many resistances? 2, 3, and 6 you connected in parallel.
We will get 1.
6. How to find resultant of these kind of connection? 1 upon R equivalent is equal to 1 upon 2. उल्टा करके जोड़ते हैं. Hopefully you remember शिवानी. क्या करते हैं? एंजल उल्टा करके जोड़ते हैं. याद है रौनक? सुहास, do you remember? विधि? राजू?
Yes, sir.
श्री राम को कॉल कर. LCM will be 6. Here you get 3. Here you get 2 plus 1. Yes, you are getting equivalent as 1 ohm. So this is also not required. This is also not required. No, we don't want this. Now what else we can try? As I told you, we are doing hidden trial method. What else we can try? We connected all in series. We connected all in parallel. Let's try this also. As suggested by the others. Others is saying, why we are not connecting 3 and 6 in parallel? What if we connect 3 and 6 in parallel? Like this now, others?
No sir.
And then connect 2 ohm in series. This, you want to say this, others?
No
Let's
sir.
cross check this. Let's cross check this if I connect it. Because what we are doing hit and trial method. Let's check what we will get. If we connect like this, can you tell me resultant of 3 ohm and 6 ohm? How to get resultant of these
2
two?
ohm.
Product in numerator and sum in denominator. Right? Yes, we are getting 2 ohm as resultant of these two. So this circuit is equivalent to, if I attach a 2 ohm at the place of these two, I'll get equivalent resistance 2 ohm, 2 ohm. Yes, others, this is right. We are getting answer. See, we got resistance equal to 4 ohm. Yes, we got it. Now how to make 4 ohm? By using these three. So you will answer connect 3 and 6 in parallel and 2 in series with them. Right? So this is your answer. This is your answer. Connect 3 ohm and 6 ohm in parallel, then connect 2 ohm as shown. This is your answer. And luckily, while using hit and trial method, you got answer of second question also. They wanted 1 ohm and 4 ohm. How will you get 1 ohm? If you connect all the three in parallel, you will get 1 ohm. Okay. Let's write answer of other question. To get resultant 1 ohm, we should connect all resistances in parallel. Right? So if we connect 3 ohm, 2 ohm and 6 ohm in parallel, what we will get? What we will get? We'll get equivalent is equal to 1 ohm. Right? We did this question. This question is very important. If you have any doubt, please ask. If you have any doubt, please ask.
Sir, there is
Arpita,
also one method of part 1, sir.
Yes, tell me.
Sir, we will arrange 3 ohm, 2 ohm and 6 ohm in parallel and 3 ohm in series, sir.
No, you have only one resistor at a time. You will have to make 4 ohm by using minimum number of resistors. That's why you're wrong. They said we have 1 1 1. We do not have extra. We have 1 2 ohm, 1 3 ohm, and 1 6 ohm. So you are using total 4 resistance, but total 3 resistances are given. So I made 4 ohm using only 3 resistance. So my method is better. What do you think? What do you think? What do you think, others? Is this okay?
Yes, sir.
Now let's move towards our next question. They are saying what is the highest and the lowest total resistance can be secured from the 4 coils of resistance 4 ohm, 8 ohm, 12 ohm, 24 ohm. This is question number 5 of NCRT. Question number 5 in text question of NCRT. Question number 5. Find the highest and
Sir, highest
lowest
48 होगा.
total resistance. You are right, I think. You are right. Find highest and lowest total resistance that can be secured, that can be secured by combination of 4 ohm, 8 ohm, 12 ohm, and 24 ohm. The main concept, Ramaiya, in this is that when you connect resistances in parallel, you get equivalent smaller than all, smaller than smallest resistance of all. So when we connect resistances in parallel, we connected 4 ohm, 8 ohm, 12 ohm, and 24 ohm in parallel, right? We connected a lot of resistances, all the resistances in parallel. What result you will get means the resultant must be smaller than
2
what?
ohm.
2 ohm.
2 ohm.
Like, you first tell me, okay, this is 2 ohm. You all are right. But what is my question? My question is that the equivalent of these three will be smaller than what?
4.
The equivalent of all. Yes, the equivalent will be smaller than the smallest one. This is for guarantee. The resultant will be, the equivalent capacitance will be smaller from the smallest capacitor. Always remember. Okay. Equivalent will be smaller than the smallest resistance. Okay. Now let's try to find how to find the equivalent of these such combination. Inverse and add. What you will do? Inverse and add 1 by 24 plus 1 by 4 plus 1 by 8 plus 1 by 24. But what is LCM?
24.
No, this is
24.
24. LCM is 24. Very good, very good. You all are very good at maths. LCM is 24. 24 is that number which can be divided by all completely. Now you divide 24 by 24, you'll get 1. You divide 24 by 4, you'll get 6. You divide 24 by 8, you'll get 3. You divide 24 by 12, you'll get 2. This is 1 upon R equivalent. What is sum?
12.
12 by 24. 1 by 2. Now reverse this. You will get R equivalent as 2 ohm. So the equivalent resistance, see, it is even smaller than 4 ohm. The equivalent is 2 ohm, which is even smaller than 4 ohm. Okay. Now let's try to find maximum resistance, which is very easy.
So we
To
will
find
put it
maximum
in
resistance,
series combination.
simple, simple. Who is this? Very good.
Sir,
We'll connect all. We'll connect Very good, Apar. We'll connect all in series combination to get minimum equivalent. We have 4 resistors, right? We have 4
With
resistors,
48
4
ohm.
ohm, 8 ohm, 12 ohm and 24 ohm. So we'll get R equivalent as 48 ohm. So from calculation it is clear that this is maximum and this is minimum. बहुत आसान था रमैया. It was very easy,
Yes.
isn't it? Okay. Now let's go for the next question. This is in text 12.7 exercise page 218. This is in text 12.7 exercise at page 218. If you have NCERT, please open this. Why does cord of an electric heater not glow while heating element does? Very. Okay, let's start again. This question is very important. Why does the cord of an electric heater does not glow while heating element does? बच्चों आप लोग को पता है जो कॉइल हीटिंग कॉइल होती है वो चमकती है, राइट? लेकिन उस जिस वायर से हम उसको करंट भेज रहे होते हैं वो वायर नहीं चमकता, राइट? लेट्स राइट क्वेश्चन फर्स्ट. Very important. Why does the cord of an electric heater not glow while heating element does? Now, do you have anyone from you have answer?
Sir, because cord is made up of copper wire, and copper wire has very low resistivity, and both cord and the heating element are connected in series. And since heat is directly proportional to resistance, and therefore heat produced in it is lower than our heating element.
Okay, very close. I think.
Sir,
Yes.
sir, because sir, वो जो कॉर्ड होती है सर वो एलोय की बनी होती है और सर उसका रेजिस्टेंस बहुत मतलब ज्यादा होता है.
Okay.
ये दोनों
I think.
में ज्वाइन रहते हैं.
चलो, तो I think you all know the answer very well, but let's see how to get full marks. You will write first reason. You will write first reason that the wire of heating coil is made of
Aluminium.
alloy is made of alloy, okay, which have very high resistance. Okay, which have very high resistance, and wire of cord of heater is made of copper. Copper has low resistivity, low resistance. Okay, copper has low resistance, but heating wire has more resistance. So what? Because of different resistance, because of high resistance, wire of heating coil consumes more power and gets heated. Understood? But cord consumes less power and do not get heated. Understood? Understood, everyone? Through mic, tell me.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So the first point is the wire of heating coil is made of alloy which have very high resistance, and wire of cord of heater made of copper which have low resistance. Because of high resistance, wire of heating coil consumes more power and gets heated, but cord consume less power and do not get heated. Okay, now we will conclude our answer. Something went wrong. Give me 1 minute. Point number 3 says, because heater coil gets heated up to high temperature, it becomes red hot. It becomes red hot and starts shining. Now you will get full marks. Answer like this, okay? Understood, everyone?
Yes.
Please ask if you have any doubt. See how we started our answer. The wire of cord has low resistance, and heating element wire has very high resistance. So heating wire or heating coil will consume more power and will get heated, but cord consume less power and do not get heated. Because heater coil get heated up to high temperature, that's why it become red hot and starts shining. Understood, bachcho? Like this you will answer, you'll get full marks. You all know your all information is correct, but this is how we need to arrange our answer in sequence. Okay, the cord is usually made of copper. He is right. Vidhi is right. Cord is usually made of copper. Now let's talk about next question of exercise 12.7. Compute heat generated while transferring 96,000 coulomb of charge in 1 hour through potential difference 50 volt. Let's write question. Compute the heat generated while transferring 96,000 coulomb of charge in 1 hour through a potential difference of 50 volts. Anyone can answer this? This is question number 2.
The 4.8 into 10 to the power 6.
But how?
50 into 96000.
Very good. The shortest answer. If you want to answer like this, you need to become very smart. Serious. I told you many times, the work required to transfer a Q charge through potential difference delta V is given by this. Now you will say, Sir, you are telling formula of work done and finding heat generated. Work done is equal to heat generated here, bachcho. Work done can be converted into heat generated. Okay. Always remember this work will get converted into heat generated. So you can write heat is equal to work. Sorry. You'll write heat is equal to work is equal to Q delta V. For what? यहाँ से लेना. Heat is equal to work is equal to Q delta V. Q is 96,000 and delta V is 50. So your final answer must be, एक बार फिर से बता दे. Chetan, once again tell me 4.8 into what?
Sir,
10 to the power 6
10.6.
joules. 10 to the power 6 joules. Joules. This is total heat generated. But school teacher will not give you marks for this. Believe me, maybe school teacher will not give marks for this. Then what else we can do? Do you want another method? This is method 1.
Yes, sir.
Anyone can tell me another method?
Sir, we find current, sir, first of all.
Correct. Now from method 2, in method 2, we will have to find current first of all, and current is equal to Q by T. So total charge flown is 96,000 divided by time 1 hour. Now we'll have to convert R into second. 96,000 coulomb in 3600 seconds, because in 1 hour, how much seconds we have? In 1 hour, how much seconds we have? 3600.
3,600.
3600 seconds. Always remember this. So we got current. You can cancel 2020 directly. 960 upon 36. Can you tell me value of current approximately? 26.66. This is value of current. Now hopefully all of you remember this formula. Power into time is heat. Do you remember this? And the important formula of power is, very important formula of power is V into I into T. Vellore Institute of Technology. Do you remember I told you this? Do you remember Vellore Institute of Technology are very important?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now what is V? 50. What is I? 26.66. And what is time? 3600 seconds. Now when you solve this, when you calculate this, you will again get same answer. 4.8 into 10 to the power 6 joules. So this is it. Teacher will give you marks in this method. Method 2 is for school. Okay? Will you remember this?
Yes, sir.
Now let's solve next question of this exercise. This exercise have only 2 questions. Next question of this exercise says, an electric iron of resistance 20 ohm takes a 5 ampere current. Takes a 5 ampere current. Calculate heat developed in 30 seconds. Now resistance is given,
15,000.
15,000 joules.
current is given,
15,000.
current is given.
15,000 joules. 15,000.
Correct. The formula of heat is power
I
into time.
square RT.
Very good. And we have 3 formula of power. The first formula is VI, very important. From Ohm's law, V is equal to IR. We can find second formula, IR into I. Here at the place of V, I am writing IR. We'll get I square R. Let's stop here because resistance and current is given. The current is given and resistance is given. So let's use this formula for power. But what is heat? Peak heat is equal to power into time. Power into time. Ronak, remember what is power? I square R into T. What is I? I is 5 ampere. 5 into 5 into resistance is
20.
20 ohm. 20
and
ohm.
time
30
30.
seconds.
So when you solve this, you will get 1500 Ramaiya.
15,000.
15,000.
15,000. Okay.
1,000.
This is your answer. Okay. That's it for the day. Now I will be taking backup class for all those students who missed my classes or who took late admission. We are about to finish this chapter, current electricity. Okay. So please tell me who want backup. Please message me personally.
I want.
My
I want.
number is, okay, this is my number. Please tell me if you want backup. I will be taking backup class for Ronak and for another new admission probably. Okay. So be ready for the backup. I hope you enjoyed my class. That's it for the day.
Yes, sir.
Bye. Enjoy, stay safe, stay at home. Bye, bacho. You will get these notes in YouTube. You will get entire lecture recorded in YouTube after 1 or 2 hours. Bye.